out of my la la land. I quickly diverted my gaze, to which he laughed deeply. Oh, how much I love to hear him laugh. Why are we discussing it now? I mean, we still have time till marriage, right? I asked him, trying to change the topic. We're getting married in a month. He stated, and I looked at him shocked, my mouth wide open. But, don't you think that's too soon? I asked him, and he just smiled. I want you to be mine as soon as possible, sweetheart, he said, pecking my nose. We talked for some more time before Aaron offered to drop me off back home. I didn't realize, but it was already past midnight. Reaching my house, we got out of the car. I smiled at Aaron and turned to leave when he caught my arm and pecked on my lips. Miss me, he smiled, and I went inside. Next morning I got up with a bright smile plastered on my lips. It was just yesterday I was pacifying myself not to cry anymore, and today I am grinning like an idiot. I got ready for office and went down for breakfast. Jane told me that everyone had already left with Dad. I quickly took a slice of bread and ran out to catch a cab. As I was about to enter Dad's building, I spotted a brand new red Lamborghini parked just next to the entrance. It had a huge red ribbon on it, and my hands itched to go and touch it once, but I refrained myself from doing so. If I even got a scratch on it, the owner will definitely sue me, and I won't look good in a prisoner's attire. Will I? I chuckled at my own thoughts and went inside. Drowning myself in work, I completely forgot about everything. It was when my phone buzzed I realized I missed my lunch. Hello. I said without checking the caller ID. I'm sorry I couldn't take your call yesterday. I was busy. Nadia apologized. No, leave it. I can understand you don't have time for me now. I know you don't love me, I said dramatically, suppressing my laughter. You're such a bitch. I skipped my work for 4 goddamn days for you, and now you're doing this. If I wouldn't have worked like crazy and finished it all yesterday, my boss would have fired me. She started to shout at the end, and I burst out laughing. Okay, I forgive you. So, what is it? Sounding quite cheerful. What happened? Nadia asked in a suspicious tone. I'll tell you when we meet. I smiled, thinking about my evening with Aaron. Then come to my place now. I'm home, she ordered. I'll have to ask Dad for it. I sighed and cut the call. After working for a little more time, I went to Dad's cabin to ask for a leave for the rest of the day. His behavior was unusually different, not like every other time when he used to give me disgusting looks and used to curse me. Of course you can, was what he said, smiling when I asked him for rest of the day off. Strange, isn't it? I went down and waited for a cab when someone tapped my shoulder. Turning around, I saw a man, dressed in a formal suit. Are you Caroline Marshall? He asked with a straight face. Yes. I answered. That sounded more like a question. This is for you, he said, and handed me a key. I looked at him confused for a while, then asked, what's this for? Mr. Woodwords ordered to give this to you, he said, pointing towards the key and then to somewhere near the parking area. There were not many cars there, but the one that caught my eye was the red Lamborghini with the red ribbon on it, the same one I saw in the morning. But that can't be true, right? The keys are for the car over there, he said, pointing to the extremely expensive red car. I didn't say anything and just stood there. After a while, when I realized it was reality and he was really talking about the car I was admiring earlier, I quickly took out my phone and dialed Aaron's number. Already missing me, sweetheart? Aaron said in a flirty tone. What this car about, Aaron? I said, coming to the point, though his comment made my heart flutter. Just a small little gift. Love, he said, as if gifting a brand new Lamborghini was a casual thing. Small? Are you seriously serious? It's a Lamborghini, for God's sake, Aaron, I said, throwing my free hand in the air. My name sounds really sexy by your lovely mouth, he said, ignoring my comment, making me blush. This man will be the death of me. Focus, Caro. I can't take this small little gift, I said, saying the last 3 words in a sarcastic way. Why? You didn't like it? I can get it replaced, Aaron said, turning serious now. It's wonderful. But he cut me off. I got to know that James does not allow you to use his cars. I want you to be safe, Caroline. You are accepting this and that's it. No buts. He stated firmly. Then you could have get something. I thought for a while to get a perfect word, something less expensive. I end up saying, it is not expensive. As if I am going to believe it, and moreover I want everything to be the best one for my beautiful fiancé. Copyright sign. Is it a crime? But. No buts. Either keep it or leave it there to rot. I'm not taking it back. Neither will I let anyone else take it. I kept mum for some time when he again spoke. It's my first gift to you, Caroline. You won't do this to me, Will you? He said it so sweetly that a smile crept on my face unknowingly and my heart melted like butter. Okay, but I won't take anything like this ever again. I tried to say it firmly but it ended up like a request. I can't promise. Aaron chuckled. So, when are you giving me a ride on it, Ms. Marshall? Whenever you say, Mr. Woodwords, I said, playing around. We both laughed and ended the call. Not before Aaron told me how much he wanted to make me his ASAP. I thanked the man who was standing behind me patiently all the while I was talking to Aaron. Moving towards the car, I took a closer look to it. Aaron is definitely crazy to gift something like this. I took off the red ribbon from it and pushed the button on the key to open its door. I got inside the unbelievably comfortable seats of the car and started the engine. Pulling back my leg from the clutch, I pushed the accelerator slightly. It purred and I drove to Nadia's apartment. Reaching her place, I parked the car in the parking area in front of her building and went to her floor. To my surprise, Nadia was already standing at her doorstep as if waiting for someone. She was staring at the ground, lost in deep thoughts and didn't realize my presence. Hey Nad, I said, pinching her arm, and she yelped. What are you dreaming about? I asked her, raising my brows. You. She snapped. What the fuck is that? She dragged me with her to a window and pointed to the car Aaron gifted me. I called you yesterday but you were busy. I won't explain. She glared me and I decided not to take long in cracking the news to her. Okay, I'm telling, I said and placed my hand in front of my face in surrender. Nadia was glaring me all the while but her eyes got wider and she clutched my hand, staring at the ring on my ring finger. Now, what the super fuck is this? She exclaimed, her eyes trying to come out of their sockets. Okay, this is gonna be tough. Standing in front of a really angry friend, I tried to come up with something by which she won't freak out but nothing came to my mind. Speak up, Caroline. Speak up. Don't tell me you got married without my presence. Remember we promised each other to share every single thing? Wait, why am I even talking of this? Whom the bloody hell did you get married to? I know you almost loved Aaron and were heartbroken when he declared to marry that bitch, but that doesn't mean you will just go and marry any random person. And if there may be even a slight possibility that you suddenly decided to get married to someone, that explains only about the ring. What about the fuckingly amazing car? And stop or I'm calling Dylan. I cut her off after a long time. And Dylan worked. Don't change the topic, bitch. She cried. She spoke all that in a single breath. Her face turned a little red, which I am super sure is because of all the anger. Okay, then hear me out first and then speak. I tried to calm her down but she just folded her arms on her chest and urged me to continue. Then I